Today we're going to discuss about razor blades, a man's deadly weapon against facial hair or a woman's against leg hair. So we have a regular razor blade, and this is called a safety razor blade. A regular razor blade you can buy from a typical store, and it usually end up costing more. You can have a single blade, dual, tri, or quadruple. Who knows? It might be up to 5 blades now, and typically ends up costing more per razor blade use. Now this is called a safety razor blade. This happens to be the brand of Dose of Envy. And what makes a safety razor blade unique is that it features a razor with a protective device positioned between the blade and the edge of the skin. Its purpose is to reduce the level of skill needed for injury-free shaving. So as you can see, this one has been used for quite a while. Typically, these are a lot cheaper because all you have to do is replace the razor blade. It's definitely a lot cheaper than using a regular razor blade. You guys can even Google it. You can get like a 500, 100, like 1,000 pack for like literally much cheaper. So if I look on Amazon and look for regular razor blades, filtering by the cheapest price right here, you see 5-pack of dual twin razor blade for $1 for 5. So that turns out to be 20 cents each. But keep in mind it's dual blade, all right? So 20 cents each. So if I filter it by the cheapest single razor blade edge, a 200 pack costs $8.45, which comes out to be 4 cents each. So let's say we want a dual blade. So multiply by 2 is still 20 cents each on a regular razor blade versus 8 cents of a dual replaceable blades. Noticeably cheaper. We are talking about more than twice as cheap. So let me go ahead and clean it out before I show you guys also how to replace a safety razor blade. Then we're going to put the two to the test. So in order to remove the old razor blade, you simply rotate it until it loosens. This is the handle, of course. Okay. So there is the top piece, which I'm going to take off. See, that comes off. Be careful of the old razor blade. Hold it by the 2 edges because that's not the sharp edge. The only downside of a safety razor blade is yes, you have to replace your own blade, but you do save a significant amount of money. There you see all the hair collected along it. So typically, safety razor blade is meant to be used 5 or 6 times or days. So I'm going to rinse this off, show you guys how to install the new razor blade. So I have my safety razor blade cleaned off. So what you want to do is get a new razor, and remember 2 ends, the long side or the sharp side, so you want to hold it to the other end. So what we want to do is insert it into the center groove on the top piece, okay, and then attach the bottom piece, which goes down. You don't want it this side because that would get in the way of shaving. See how that builds that barrier? So you have to remember, it goes concave. The curvature is like that. And then rotate the handle until it's tightened. And now we have a brand new razor blade ready for use. So for today's test, I'll be using these kiwi fruit. Alright, let's take this one. Here is a science experiment. regular razor blade. I'm going to apply with light pressure, and then now heavy pressure. So imagine that was just skin that would probably shaved off, nicked the cut. That would be a deep nick. Now for a safety razor. Light pressure. That glides smoothly. Now heavy. I have to admit that, that produced less nick than a regular razor blade, but because of the curvature, you would expect any razor blade to produce a nick because of just basically how round it is. That deep angle curvature. So here is a difference between the two. As you can tell, a safety razor blade definitely prevents from deep injuries. There you have it, guys. That is the science experiment of the day. Which one would you guys rather use? Regular razor blade or a much safer safety razor blade, which is also cheaper to use too. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care of yourselves and your face.